drafting phase.
Did you see their team names? It's
No.
Speed Gaming International versus Arthritis. Those are the team names. It's Arthritis. All right, we're already underway. This captain's draft affair. There are some interesting heroes in this pool.
I automatically see Phantom Lancer, and that's all I see.
There should be like a gentleman's agreement that they just ban it out so that nobody has to play it.
So the way this works is we are in the drafting phase right now. The heroes that you see on the left-hand side is all of the heroes that are currently in the pool. And the bans that are going to be happening on the far left are going to be all of the bans used up to make sure that neither side is able to get said hero.
Yeah, both teams are already kind of trash-talking. Like, they're laughing at each other and stuff like that. I mean, I'm just interested to see who's the first to do the manner pause.
Do you ban the SingSing Mirana?
I
mean, I would say so.
I think if you're Ben, you do. You're still going to take it somewhat seriously.
Yeah. And SingSing, I think by far, is probably the best Mirana player out there.
I think
just because he's the only person who can still make it work, despite how bad it is right now.
Yeah, it's like whoever's playing Lifestealer right now is the best. You're just default.
That one guy in 7K MMR who's still repping the Lifestealer. Yeah.
You won, buddy. Congrats.
The only one. Maelk the Monster. That's actually what he changed his name to. That's so terrible.
Maelk the Monster. I assume Quick Games then is going to be Waga. Alright, so we've got Ember banned out. So we got a lot of the meta heroes just being taken out. Speed Gaming, they did a really good job. You know, the team SingSing Allstars, they banned out that Bloodseeker, which is the only thing that Maelk can play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no axe in the pool, so...
Oh, they didn't ban the Mirana. They actually opted to ban just all the... They just banned all the meta heroes, actually.
Yeah, they're just going to give up Mirana, I guess, to Speed.
All right, Team Arthritis.
First big Phantom Lancer. How is that not surprised? And the thing is, Speed Gaming even banned away Ember Spirit. One of the more natural soft counters to the Phantom Lancer.
I thought they were going to clown around, but that instant Phantom Lancer pick, I don't even think you can pick Mirana into this anymore. It's so useless against it.
It is. I mean, you do have a Magnus still left. They could run some sort of Magnus combination.
This is going to be a Darkseer pickup by Team Arthritis. I'm feeling it. You need an offlaner for Synderen to play.
Yeah, and he likes Darkseer. He's good with Darkseer.
I don't see a lot of other offlaners that they could potentially take. I guess the Magnus, but it's not as good.
Here's what I'm going to predict. You're going to see Darkseer, and not right now, but we're going to see a Warlock mid.
A Warlock mid from what team?
Bring it back. Arthritis, your team.
Team Arthritis. I can't believe that's my team. Speed Gaming.
Speed Gaming is returned. Oh, well, what a dirty combination. They're going to do the Keeper of the Light Phantom Lancer duo with the Sand King offlane. So no Darkseer.
I mean, they really want to win. This is about as I want to win draft as possible.
What's the best hero that you could pair up with Magnus at this point? Magnus Void? Magnus Troll?
It might actually be Magnus Void right now, because you have to have some way to deal with the Phantom Lancer. But I think Void gets online too slowly. Like, maybe it's probably going to be... Like, Razor's pretty good here. If they just want to try to end the game. Okay, this is going to be the Mag Void.
There it is. The only way you could deal with the BL with this limited pool. So Arthritis still need their mid. They do pick up the Darkseer, so it's going to be a 4-position Sand King that's going to try and use the jungle.
That is definitely going to be...
I mean, I just see a lot of AoE, and I still see Warlock in there. I'd love to see it.
That's... I think the Sand King is the Demon hero. The Phantom Lancer... Oh, it's actually going to... Wait, what?
Mid Skywrath, or is it mid Sand King?
Okay, here's what I think is going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Not to give it away. Actually, I'm not going to give it away, because some members of Team SingSing right now don't have headsets on. You know, this is a very serious professional event.
I mean, there's a lot of money on the line right now.
There is.
A $1,000 prize pool for this.
A $1,000 prize. 100 of which is from each player.
So really, 500 prize pool.
A 500, that prestigious money that we're giving up right now. And wait, what? Everybody is saying, oh God, after Oracle was picked up.
I mean, he's the one hero that's not in captain's mode from this draft. I'm not sure how I feel about it, Blitz. It's not very good versus Phantom Lancer.
It isn't, but at the same time, Team Arthritis have a lot of, or Team Merlini actually have a lot of burst damage.
Yes.
And it does quite well against that.
And there is a significant, like, there's some damage over the time. You see the blast coming in, the Sinking Epicenter, you know, does damage over time. You've got even the Skyreth Mage ultimate to some extent, especially since they nerfed it, made it do the same amount of damage, but over a longer period of time. There's enough time for Oracle to be able to get off his Fate's Edict, which is able to give you that magic immunity. So,
I mean, for me, what this will really boil down to is whether they can punish the Sand King in the jungle.
yeah.
And if the Sand King actually knows how to farm the jungle, we've got Maelk playing it, so it's like a 50-50 shot, whether or not he actually understands what's going on in this game.
All right. We're getting into our game now. So it's... Is this what you anticipated?
With
We've
what?
got...
Hello? Hello. Fuck you guys. Wait.
We're actually hearing them in game.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, the alt chat is set up so they can actually hear each other.
All right. I like this. I like this twist. Anyway, so our mid is Maelk.
They're letting... I
No.
actually can't believe that Maelk is... They're actually going to let Maelk mid.
Oh, dear.
This is going to go...
Yeah, you're
Yo, kill Waga, man. Waga is such a dumb.
Wait, the cast
your team is not going to go real well.
All right, so we're letting possibly our worst player mid lane. I don't want to throw flames out there, but
I mean, I think you have to at this point in time.
he does have a kind of advantageous matchup. Like Sand King against Magnus is not going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah. Do you actually go for the Caustic Finale in this matchup?
Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the few matchups where you actually level the Caustic.
And then Caustic Finale actually got changed around, and I think it makes it more valuable
Oh,
in
it's a
these
lot better now.
situations. Yeah, because you don't even necessarily, you can preemptively throw out right clicks on some of these creeps to build up a Caustic Finale, and it automatically zones away the Magnus at the same time.
Yeah, one of the big things about the matchup too that matters a lot is that I think it was before when Dragon Knight was picked a lot, and you would see the Sand King just picked as a counter to zone out the melee heroes. It's one of the stronger ones. Like, it's not a hero that you'll always see in the mid matchup,
Right.
but it is one that if you just get a direct counter can do a lot, and that's probably what we're seeing right now.
Why is there
So they're just waiting for this rune right now, and for some reason, Maelk actually has a stout shield,
Waga's scared, guys.
even though
Yeah.
he's playing against...
What do you think his build should have been?
I think he just goes for the fast bottle and he gets pooled tangos. Like,
Yeah.
it literally looks like Jacob has no idea what's going on in this matchup.
Already Synderen throwing out the preemptive GG.
Yeah, they lost. Let's just move on from this one, guys.
Game 1 down.
It was a good effort by Team Merlini Allstars.
I mean, they did get the double bounty rune. That's the best start you can get.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's insane. All right, in mid, Durka's going to be the guy helping out his join Dota comrade. Just pushing him out of the lane as much as possible. This is something we see all the time nowadays with supports.
And Skyreth Mage is by far one of the easiest ones to zone out of mid because he's not reliant on right clicks as much, but can just continuously throw out spells in order to. This prevents the creep aggro from going on to him. Is
Oh, and
Shane
at top,
dead?
I think Shane might be dead. He doesn't have a heal
Shane's dead.
available. There's the punch.
Oh, and there it is. Shane feeds away the first blood to Synderen.
Team Merlini All-Stars. I know I was so certain that I backed the right people.
Shane, don't let me down.
In this mid matchup too, Jacob is actually doing Maelk the Monster.
I'm not playing PO.
What a guy he is right now. He's doing so well for himself. Already up to 6 CS.
He is, but despite the fact that Skyreth Mage was trying to push the Magnus out, he still has better CS than Jacob.
I mean, it's Waga versus Maelk.
Yeah.
It's about as good as it gets. Like, I'm taking what I can get. You can't be greedy in this scenario.
I mean, in a way, the leveling up the Caustic Finale is actually hurting him, right? Because he's, despite the Skyreth Mage's attempt to zone, he's continually pushing the wave into Waga.
Yeah, and despite Synderen's level 1 kill and the amount of CS that he has, he's still only level 1, so he's got to be careful. He doesn't have that surge quite yet. But he's already got a soul ring, and this lane is going to get a lot easier for him. Like, when the Darkseer hits level 3 and he has that level 2 Ion Shell and he has a soul ring, it becomes incredibly hard for him to zone out.
And we're actually talking about who's going to be playing what before we even got into the broadcast. Because we had a lot of players that we were wondering, okay, Like Demon, for example, really wanted to play support, though he's obviously one of the professional players, so we kind of expected him on core, but he's going to be playing, I think, pretty much his favorite support hero in Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, he's going to do a lot of clowny stuff in this game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty interesting, and
Please let me get the career.
what matters most is that Merlini, he's playing the Phantom Lancer. I actually thought he was going to be the mid player for his team, but I don't really know what's quite going on. Apparently they're just waiting for a courier to happen, but I don't actually know where the courier is going.
Where is it going? What?
Okay, he's just bottle crowing. There is some clown stuff going on right now.
Wait. Was he getting at the secret shot? Oh, okay.
Oh, and actually, Synderen, he's going to get gone on here.
Yeah, that Purge coming out from the Oracle actually slows him down quite a bit, and they get a lot of physical damage on him during that period of time. That's actually a pretty nice combination because the Dazzle's poison does physical.
There's like a quad stack here.
I actually thought he was going to die for a second, so that was pretty significant. And, oh, something we haven't really talked about very often is that usually you're going to stack up your mid hero, and if you look at the side of Team SingSing Allstars, they don't actually have any stacks, whereas if you look at the side of the Merlini Allstars, that's all that they actually have so many stacks.
I think at a certain point you just give away the mid lane, right, to the Skywrath Mage, and you just full-time jungle as the Sand King.
Yeah, at some point it's okay, but in mid,
Waga, he actually managed to get pulled back into the tower. Waga
He's
gets a
got
great
Sandstorm.
skewer, and
He's fine.
Jacob
He's
just
fine.
barely able to heal himself. Oh, the rocket! Jacob, be careful! Siege creep! Oh, Maelk barely manages to live.
All right, SingSing's got a rocket up in 6 seconds. This is the snipe attempt right now.
Should we come gank
Pretty low.
He's got the tango though. I think he's yeah, it's level 2 rocket, but it's not going to be nearly enough.
Yeah, he's going to go for the bottom rune too. Unfortunately, it's not going to be something he uses, but good play by Waga, just heads up, being able to react to that instantly. If you can hear me, Jacob, you have to be a little bit more careful about that skewer. That's something that can definitely still kill you.
No, don't worry about it, Maelk. Just keep playing the feeding support.
You do you.
Be yourself.
At top, they've
They've got double hard camp stacks for him.
Yeah, they actually have a lot.
Yeah, Jimmy was also stacking up.
I think one of them should go to the support, and potentially one of them can go for the off lane. But at some point, you don't want to just sack your support entirely.
Right.
Maelk's doing good enough in the mid lane right now that I think
one of
that-
them's going to go to Synderen.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is you give one to the off lane, possibly the other one to the Keeper of the Light, so that he can scale really quickly.
Yeah.
Demon's an impact player, though. He doesn't want to just sit in that bottom lane and get nothing out of it. So by going for the stack, this is how he's going to be useful in the game.
It's funny, though, when I was watching the Synderen and Demon pubbing together, Demon just set Synderen up for everything. Like, he let him have all the camps. Of course, he was a Rubik at the time, so I guess he didn't have the potential to be able to farm them, but Synderen was able to pick up like a 13-minute mech because of what Jimmy did for him.
And a lot of it's going to come down to how the off lanes do respectively. Like, you've got a Clockwork that's already almost level 5, just 5 minutes into the game. And he's almost caught up to Merlini when it comes to levels, but the Phantom Lancer still has the best CS in the game, which is something you expect when he's one-on-one against a Clockwork, more or less. And the Skywrath has devoted so much of his time mid that it's not a really big surprise that Durka is actually just going to be the one to rotate to the top lane.
Yeah, time for him to get some levels, though. So Oracle has a sneaky position. They don't quite have level 6 on Hani, though. And that's going to be really where you're able to get the quick kill on the Skywrath Mage as soon as you have that Chronosphere.
Yeah, and it looks like Hani, he's got the Ring of Health set up. He might decide to go for the Battle Fury. I think I was playing a game with maybe Loda, who said that he thinks that you have to kind of get the Battle Fury or the Midas just so you can keep up with the enemy carry. And when it's a Phantom Lancer against a Void, that's definitely true.
Oh, another right click, and they will be able to get the kill on Durka. Hani backing himself up. Synderen's going to try and run him down, but Hani still has enough mana to be able to escape after that attempt.
Even gets blasted by the creep.
Gets the quick kill. Synderen's just going to clean up a lot of the experience here, but that's about it.
Yeah, but he's still doing a pretty good job right now. Like, he's almost got a fully completed mech on the Darkseer already, and that's on the heels of that first blood that they were able to pick up really early on.
Merlini is free farming away, though, at the same time. Even if the kill was given over to the Faceless Void, we have a 45 and 23 Phantom Lancer who's level 6 already.
This is just Benwu Dota. This is what he does. He likes to right-click creeps. Takes it pretty seriously, too.
Where do you go for your build on Phantom Lancer? Do you get the early level of Phantom Rush just to make your illusions that much more harassive?
I think when you're against a Clockwork, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. Like, it doesn't really pay off probably till at least level 8. maybe if they were going for kills and the such, but he's got a keeper, the light support that's primarily just focused on his own farm, and a Skywrath who is rotating to the off lane or playing in the mid lane. And at top, Sin's got to be careful. And he does have the Ion Shell, but they're just saving the slow from Purge.
Yeah, they're a bit too late. Now the slow comes out from the Skywrath Mage as he returns fire. A bit surprised there that they didn't go for the Purge against that Surge.
In this mid matchup, though, the Magnus is pretty farmed right now. He's got 43 CS completed. It's going to be probably like a 10-minute Blink Dagger if nothing bad happens, which is something that we see a lot out of a lot of Magnuses. Instead of going for the Arcane Boots nowadays, you can just go straight for the Blink Dagger and immediately go for the gank.
Right.
This top lane, they actually spotted them with the wards, so they shouldn't be very effective.
Well, they're going to try and slow down. They're actually going to pop the epicenter for this one, but at the same time, the Oracle will be able to survive. None of that magic heroes come through, but a missile shot, it completely hits the Oracle, and Maelk is still going to go down here. Oh, gets the Sandstorm off. They have no vision, but a Cogs pushback nicely played from our Clockwork. Will be able to get the kill in the end. So, 1-for-1 trade-off, trading away the mid for the support, especially with epicenter use. Not really a great trade-off for your team.
No, I have no idea what Jacob was doing there. He just ganked a Dazzle. Like a lane with a Dazzle in it, there's very little that they could do right there that would have actually effectively paid off. I guess, yeah, you got a kill, sure, but...
I mean, he's probably just aiming to make the enemy support look worse than his famous Venomancer at this point in time.
You just got to stay ahead of the pack.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when you're running from zombies. You don't have to be the fastest.
No, you
just don't be the slowest.
Yeah, just trip the guy next to you and you're fine.
Exactly, and that's what he's shooting for right now. And so Synderen about to complete that mech like you talked about. There's going to be like a 10-minute mech. Even without boots, this is pretty quick. And this is just all the jungle stacks that Durka did for him right now. And it just feels like my team Merlini Allstars are so much more coordinated than your SingSing Allstars.
Synderen, that's twice now I've seen him go for the very early level 1 vacuum. He really likes that build.
Instead of going for the wall?
Instead of going for the wall, instead of going for maybe an extra level in Surge. Well, actually, he's already got 2 levels in Surge, so that's normal.
I think it kind of makes sense, just if you want to be able to have lane presence.
Yeah, it's a nice interrupt.
And the wall probably doesn't pay off very much for you at all. The Darkseer can't really chase into it too far, just because Hani's always going to have the Chronosphere up, so he's got to be pretty careful.
Right.
And it looks like Hani is going to go for that Battle Fury.
Oh, what is this? Mass TP in. Maelk. He doesn't have epicenter yet, but they're still going to try and go for the kill with the Ion Shell. But it looks like my team knows what's up.
They've got to be careful. This is a pretty deep dive, and this ward is still up, and they keep running by it. They're going to ping it out now. They know for sure that there's a ward there, just because that's twice now. They've gone through that path and been completely spotted out.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm sure Waga is ready to go. He's got that TP. So if they did go for a dive, it was going to be disastrous. Oh, the hook shot in. They're going to be able to grab Synderen here. Clockwork locks down the Darkseer. Is going to have the help of the Oracle as well. Hani even coming in with the extra Chronosphere, which manages to just kind of pincer the 2 of them. It looks like he's going to go for Demon.
Oh, Hani's not getting any bashes.
He gets a bash. Another bash. Nope. He managed to help with the Oracle. Merlini comes in to try and get the return kill, but there's a Cogs preventing him from being able to pursue against 4. It wouldn't have worked out anyway, so... Another failed gank attempt for Team Arthritis.
Honestly, it's just that ward up there that allows them to spot that rotation time and time again, and they realize at the same time when Maelk shows himself mid that they've given up on the gank. There's no sneaky smoke ganks or anything like that. That's just a straight up numbers advantage for Team SingSing Allstars.
Right.
But this mid lane, Shane's going to rotate in. He's going to try to grab some levels at the same time. This Oracle actually has so much farm now. Like, he's definitely going to be the 4-position player, I think, at this point, just with that double kill at top. Like, Purge is already up to 3-1 when it comes to score.
Oh, Maelk. Sandstorm will use the rest of his regen, keeps it alive. So he'll back up to full HP and full mana. Net worth-wise, Merlini's actually way ahead of the pack at this point. The amount of CS he's gotten at this bottom lane, continuing to free farm.
That's his second tower. If you look at it right now, he got the first one at bottom, the one at top 2, and he's snowballing really far ahead of the pack, like you said. What gives me a little bit of pause for concern is when Maelk the monster decides to go for his first gank with that Blink Dagger, it really has to pay dividends, because
because the first one absolutely failed. The second one didn't go much better.
Yeah, and he's going to fall behind the rest of the pack at this rate. And this is a matchup where I think he was supposed to be a little bit more successful. Oh, and at the same time.
Oh, nice pick off there on the Skywrath Mage. Bottom lane, Merlini is going to TP in with his Boots of Travel, but unable to stop the Clockwork from getting away.
Yeah, and I
And
think
Maelk might have just shown
revealed
himself. You got to keep, when you pick up that Blink Dagger, you got to try and keep it secret. That's what Maelk is doing right now, hiding in the trees, making sure that he's going to have the perfect opportunity to jump. Waga at the same time already has his Blink Dagger and just trying to grab Synderen, but doesn't quite manage to catch up for that skewer.
How do you feel like Clockwork is a natural counter to the Darkseer just because you can stop the surge? The Darkseer doesn't really have the attack speed to break out of the cogs very quickly.
And you have better damage over time. Like the Ion Shell is usually kind of one of those forces that always wins out in melee versus melee matchups, except Battery Assault happens to deal a little bit more.
Yeah, despite the amount of farm that they have, it just feels like this Clockwork is going to be a little bit more effective in the mid game. But as time goes on, once this Darkseer, like you said, he gets the force of the blink, he's just going to be able to do a lot more because of the amount of farm that he has.
Oh, Clockwork.
He's looking for
that hooking. Oh, missed it just barely. Durka. Fortunately, his fast Skywrath Mage is able to get out, but look at this, a two-man smoke. We're going to have Waga and Shane looking for an opportunity. Maelk is going to be pulled up to the top lane, though. Looks like they're going to really try and shut down Hani before he gets that Battle Fury, but they may just run into the full two-man here. Magnus going to be able to get a three-man RP. Waga sets it up, and Hani comes in with the Chronosphere. He's going to be able to pick off at least one here. The Mech, though, heals him back up. Two-man Burrow Strike. Now the Epicenter goes off. Skewer up to the side. Waga, though, is stuck. The full five-man comes out.
Was it worth it?
And in the end, was it worth it?
I swear to God, I'll mute you.
Speed Gaming limp away 2 for 1.
That's the moment when you give the enemy team the question mark as you die. It's like, okay, I died, so what now? And I really thought that fight was going to go so much better. That was like a 3-man RP into Chrono.
Yeah.
But that's just Hani. He doesn't have that Battle Fury quite yet.
Yeah.
If he did, I think they just get a complete wipe there.
I think even if they had like a level of Empower, like he would be able to pick up at least 2 kills there, but fortunately that's not the case. Clockwork running straight into Synderen, but he doesn't realize there's going to be a Counterblast on the side, and that's going to kick things into the favor of Synderen. Hookshot goes off, but Synderen still survives.
I mean, Synderen Dota, everybody, I'm telling you, everybody thought he was going to be the weak link of this team. Every single person here, but I mean, he's 3-1, and he got first blood by himself in that off lane. He's got a ton of farm to back it up too. Synderen Dota still's got tricks up his sleeve, and an Aghanim Scepter almost completed by Jimmy.
Jeez. What a farming monster. Merlini's actually going to be scouting things out here with the Invis Rune. Runs into Hani. Won't be able to get this kill, that's for sure, but we'll be able to at least keep Hani a bit back. Merlini's just going to keep going. He's going to force Hani. In fact, Hani doesn't have another lead for 4 seconds. He's going to have to hide himself in the trees. Puts himself in there.
You got to hit the stun,
and will be able to jump. Oh, managed to get it off. The damage out. False Promise is keeping Hani alive. He's going to TP back to base and just barely manages to get out before the next stun comes in.
What is this dive by my team?
Demon just keeps on going. He's trying to lit the blast, but Hani's already gone. They managed to pick off the Keeper of the Light. Fortunately, though, Maelk is just going to keep burrowing further and further into the enemy base and TP out.
It wouldn't be a team of Merlini Allstars if they weren't going for a tier 2 dive on a Void that has both a Grave and an Oracle ultimate to back him up. And a Magnus with RP at the same time.
Oh, shot jump in. He's going to be able to grab Synderen. There is a Lance and a Doppelganger. Merlini just throwing out some extra illusions to try and make things to the side of Synderen, but that's not going to happen unless he manages to get a jump away. Last right click comes out from Hani. Now he's going to go for more in Merlini, but Waga's already dead because the Skywrath Mage.
Oh, he's committed the jump too.
Oh, now Hani, he's left without any sort of jump away from this one. Silenced up. He's being chased down. In another second, he will be able to get out, but the Burrow Strike is going to come first. No, he gets away to the side, but he still gets found. Maelk manages to lock him down, and the carry of Speed Gaming goes down once again.
Synderen throwing out the was it worth it again, and Maelk somehow is positive in this game, which is just the biggest surprise to me in the world right now. And this top lane, Demon's going to transport him in. They're just going to farm this out a little bit, and if you look at the net worth, if this was a professional game, I would say that Team Merlini Allstars has really built up a lead, but leads mean nothing to my team.
They really do. Don't, rather. The team, players known for throwing away an advantage. Though I'm kind of scared of Merlini. I mean, he seems very stable, and he's way ahead of anybody else in this game.
It's just the
If-
Phantom Lancer.
Dire's middle
It's what he
tower
does.
is under
Yeah.
attack.
But Honey's got the item to counter him now.
The Battle Fury and the Empower, they'll be able to wipe through those illusions pretty quickly.
Dire's middle tower is
This
under
fight, though,
attack.
they can't just let this tier 2 fall for free, and it looks like they don't want to. Eventually Team Merlini Allstars will just back up, reset, and just wait, and they're actually pinging out. They're just going to walk by a ward. It just feels like SingSing Allstars have the better ward vision throughout this entire game.
Ani gonna head over to that bottom lane, continue to farm up with a jump into the secret shop. They're already going on to Shane, who's just gonna shallow grave and TP out. He'll be fine. And just a little bit more time, I guess, for Speed Gaming to farm up.
Are we calling them, are we set on speed gaming? Because I think that's hilarious, but they are SingSing Allstars.
This is true. They are SingSing Allstars. A little bit of both.
There'll be a little bit, we'll vacillate between the two.
Yeah. Whatever feels good at the time.
Yeah, I'm just glad that he kept that tag. All right, but Team Merlini Allstars right now, they're doing a really good job of just keeping up when it comes to farm.
Oh, they found Maelk. They're gonna be able to lock him down with the RP, and enough damage comes out from the Oracle. Burst damage is too much to handle. Clockwork faking out a couple of hooks. Will go on to Durka, locks him inside. Durka's stuck, gets off the silence as well as the ultimate, but shared between two heroes. It does very little. The rest of the team coming in for the side, but a nice Chronosphere coming out from Hani. He's going to be able to lock down Synderen long enough to get that kill. Next going for Demon, but that blind does have a serious effect for Hani. Won't
That
be able to
weave.
continue to go for more.
The weave combination is so strong. And the Oracle, did you see how quickly Synderen died?
Oh yeah, Purifying Flames is incredibly strong as a finishing move.
Yeah, and that, the Fate's Edict, the 50% damage amplification, when you've got a hero like Void on your team, I think he actually just 4-shot the Darkseer with the weave as well. This is why you don't see Oracle quite yet in Captain's mode.
He might be a little broken.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, still some kinks to be worked out. And what's great about him, he's also able to farm pretty efficiently ever since the last change, where he's now able to Purifying Flames creeps. It's 80 mana for a guaranteed CS. So as you can see, he's already got Arcane Boots and a mech.
Yeah, the lead that we once had, I was hoping it would double, but in fact, it's been cut in half. It's 5K for... It was 5K, it's actually just 2,500.
What do you think about these teams late game? I mean, do you actually think the Faceless Void Magnus combination can beat out a strong late game hero like Phantom Lancer?
I think so, because I think Chrono is just a better ability than anything that Team Merlini has. You've got a Phantom Lancer that gets 6 slotted, sure, but they've got a lot of different ways to deal with it. And the rest of his team, I don't know how that's quite going to go. If anything, if I look at the lineups, I think that Team Merlini should have the better mid-game, just because they've got the Sand King, Blink Dagger, you've got a Skywrath and a Keeper of the Light, who are especially strong at that phase of the game, and a Darkseer. And you've got a mech that came out so much sooner, but Team SingSing...
I'm not quite sure what a 3-man smoke on the Dazzle, Oracle, and Clockwork is going to be able to accomplish. And
Dire's
they're
top
just going
tower
for a
is
weak
under
hero
attack.
pickoff. And weak is kind of the definition of Maelk.
Yeah,
So
honestly,
I guess I'm okay with this.
they're probably going to kill him. There's no way that he gets out. He doesn't even react.
Yeah, Burrow Strike, but he knows he's dead.
Wasn't
Still,
even
though-
looking at his screen.
I guess standards Maelk play, he's buying space for his team.
Yeah, exactly.
Dire's top tower is
Because
under
notice this top lane. Like, he's going to be so proud of himself for getting picked off and fighting
Oh,
it
yeah.
for the rest of his team.
Honestly, there isn't a better scenario than him
Dire's top
dying
tower
in his
has
mind.
fallen.
Yeah, exactly. He dies, his team gets some
Radiant's bottom
space.
tower is under
Absolute
attack.
worth for Maelk, and you're seeing it pay off because they're just going to continue to push the
Dire's
tactical
top
beat
tower
guys.
is under attack.
So another tier 2 going the way of Merlini Allstars.
What does cause me a little bit of concern, though, again, is that the supports from
Radiant's bottom tower is under
from
attack.
SingSing Allstars should just be a little bit more effective in the mid game. How do you actually cut through this
Dire's
dazzle?
top tower is under attack.
Well, right now,
Radiant's
Merlini's
bottom
doing it
tower
with
is
just
under
illusions.
attack.
But the team fight potential, the saving mechanisms of both the Oracle and the Dazzle is going to be very hard to work through.
They're just chipping away at all the towers right now. They're going for the split push. I think they realize that the team fight potential is kind of worn out, especially with how that first fight
Dire's
went.
middle tower
And
is
so
under
instead of going
attack.
for pickoffs or anything like that, it looks like they just want to kind of create space for Ben.
He's already got Diffusal, Drums, as well as Boots of Travel. He's going to be run down. RP faked out by Waga. Doesn't actually expend it, though.
That was a good fake out. He really wanted to commit for that, and he probably would have gotten the kill just because his entire team is behind there, but
Oh, bottom lane, they're going to be able to epicenter in. Hani's going to be in some serious trouble. The vacuum isn't quite enough. He survives at 25 HP. Such a close combination. They're going to start healing Hani back up, and he may not have to go back to the fountain because of this.
That was just one more right click from anybody, but they knew the Magnus was there, so they didn't want to hard commit for that. And
yeah.
I think that was a little bit of a mistake.
Now Waga actually going to be able to find Durka inside the Roshan pit. A skewer or Clockwork stopping him. Anything that he's going to be able to escape, it looks like.
They might even get the
out
kill.
the silence. Oh, they get the Magnus as well. Oh, now they're going to be able to grab Sand King, but he's still going to be able to burrow strike away. Hani comes in, couple more right clicks, and he'll be able to get the kill. So at least they trade that off mid for mid, but Merlini, meanwhile, chip it away at this tier 3 tower faster and faster as time goes on.
Oh, and he's actually going to get the Chronosphere. Look how quickly he does this.
Are they going to be able to lock him down long enough, though? He still has a doppelganger. We'll be able to jump to the side, turns against Hani, realizing perhaps he's not going to be able to get away. Hani's facing the wrong way. Merlini, he's actually going to go away from this one. The Keeper of the Light's going to bring him out. Merlini outplays Hani.
Wow.
Oh, and Maelk just with the more trash talking, even though he's not doing anything himself.
This bottom lane, it looks like Purge is actually going to die. Doesn't even bother throwing it around. And in return, instead of dying, Merlini just picks up a kill. Like, what just happened, Team SingSing?
Merlini still got it.
That was just a good classic play. Like, he takes the first hit, and then he sends the illusion the other way, and Hani just doesn't have enough attack speed. I actually think... Did he have the Mask of Madness pop?
No,
it just
he
felt
had
like
the Mask
he
of
wasn't.
Madness, yeah. It might have been on cooldown at that point, because I didn't see him activated.
If you're seeing how much they rely on attack speed, I really think that Maelk should go for Shivas at some point in the game. I think it would just pay off so much.
Just immediately after the Blink Dagger?
Yeah, I don't quite know why he decided to go for the Boots of Travel when he has a Coddle.
There's not too many items that really benefit Sand King late game.
It really just feels like Maelk isn't quite with the meta right now. Going for this immediate boost of travel.
I mean, that could be the League of Legends focus.
Just upgrade those boots. This bottom lane, though.
I mean, he probably doesn't even know what half of the new items do. So.
Oh, this is actually going to go quite poorly, I think.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pull him back. Durka still skewered back in. Now Maelk comes in to clean him up. Epicenter gets the double kill and finishes off at third. And now Purge is the only one left, but he's going to be chased down by the Sand King. He's got a burrow strike coming up soon. Purge, he's stunned up. They're just biding their time, waiting for that magic immunity to go away. And now they'll run down the final hero. Managed to get off that false promise, but without any healing, he will still die. And Maelk is making sure there's enough damage.
And Keeper of the Light somehow gets the last hit on that, and really good kill by that setup at bottom. Durka was just the bait. I was like, what is Durka doing? But he managed to get his silence and his ultimate off. And then that vacuum Sand King combination, that synergy.
And now a double damage Merlini comes in just to chip down the tower that much faster.
They can't defend this either. I think they still have the RP, but this tower should at least get down to about half before they can really commit.
They have RP and Chronosphere ready to go.
They might just actually have to give up the tower unless the Faceless Void comes in. He's going to get the jump off, maybe?
Doppelganger to the side. He will be able to grab him. No, actually the blind's going to go off. Merlini is going to be able to survive for quite some time. Still gets off the hook shot. Merlini will go down in the end. Blast comes through from the Keeper of the Light. TP out. He should be fine, it looks like. Jump in for the next one. Clockwork trying to catch up to Synderen, but he's got a Blink Dagger. And will stay one step ahead of the Clockwork, who is forced to use his hook shot there on the Phantom Lancer just because of that blinding light from the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, and that teamfight combination, though, that's what we wanted to see. The Darkseer Sand King combo that we've been waiting for the entire game finally gets let loose at bottom, and this is just going to give them so much map control right now, because how does SingSing Allstars actually leave their base at this point? Like, you probably just have to go for that all-in wombo combo play of your own, where you get the RP into the Chronosphere, but I don't know how easy that's going to be at this base. Like, if you notice that Jimmy, he's just hiding in the trees.
Oh, they're going to find Shane silence, and they will throw everything they have, but that poor support, no chance at an escape whatsoever. Hani still, though, after that kill, is only 2,000 behind Merlini and his Phantom Lancer. And when you include the fact that they do have a maxed out Empower to throw on the Faceless Void, that amps up his farm quite a bit.
Yeah, Hani's been the most stable part of Team SingSing right now, who hasn't had the best time of
Waga.
things. Waga's
He'll be forced to blink away. He has that mana leak on him. In fact, he's going to be stunned soon as he skewers away. And Merlini opts to just throw out a Purge onto the Clockwork. Nothing major.
They just want to push this tower if they can. But he should be pretty careful, just because the combination is still strong enough from SingSing Allstars.
Demon already
The
throwing out
preemptive GG.
They've gotten all the outer towers, but the real test, can they actually push uphill?
Internal conflicts. I think you have to go for the Roshan at some point, but their team is pretty awful at doing the Roshan is the problem.
Do they even have a medallion or anything? They've
No, they
got
don't.
just sustain. They don't actually have any minus armor to throw out.
And the Phantom Lancer might be one of the worst heroes at going for the Roshan, just because his illusions just instantly die when they hit Rosh.
Right.
And he doesn't have that physical damage to really help out anyways, nor does he have the lifesteal. And that might actually be where SingSing Allstars comes back into this game, but I mean, it's looking pretty bad right now for SingSing.
It's 14-15. Jimmy's just laughing at his former teammate, Maelk.
It's just so easy to do, honestly.
It's like playing with a clown. 10,000 gold lead right now for
He's going for
Merlini
a Crimson
Allstars.
Guard.
See?
Yeah, I really think
Why?
Shiva's was the item. Like, the negative attack speed would
I
have
mean,
been
like
so
I
huge.
said earlier, he probably doesn't know what half the new items do, so...
It's been a while since he's seen Shiva's in a game.
Oh, Waga's going to be picked up here. Epicenter, they're going to throw it on the wall. Vacuum, nice combination. Silence already being laid out, but he managed to get that magic immunity out. Now Hani actually completely whipping that one. He actually missed Demon, who was originally going for.
Oh, where's the
still
Sand
locks
King?
down Merlini. Oh no, the Epicenter comes in. They still haven't been able to lock anything down with two-man Pro Strike on the side. Three men fall. Team Merlini looking stronger and stronger as time goes on. Now they're going to make the push uphill. This is probably going to be the first laner X.
That chrono couldn't miss. Like, they actually relied on it so much, and the Magnus just keeps getting caught out and mana leaked, and there's not a whole lot that he can do once that happens.
Yeah, that Blinding Light is such a direct counter to the Faceless Void if they don't have that BKB.
Yeah, this bottom tower is 100. This bottom Rax is actually going to go down 100%.
Yeah.
There's not much that they can do about it. They just have to go for the next defense.
Waga still has his RP, so maybe he can make something happen as soon as the team comes back up. 20 seconds. In the meantime, they may be losing their tier 3 middle as well.
Yeah, this is 100%. Should be going down. Quite a short affair. This mid tower already halfway. That top tower is
He's
looking to be
playing
healthy either.
very careful right now.
He doesn't have tankiness, that's why. Doesn't have a heart or a Scotty. He decided to go for the more traditional build in Manta. There's something you definitely don't see anymore.
But that would be part of the reason that you have the Keeper of the Light, right? Is because he's able to facilitate such strong amount of split push that the Manta may be the better build just for this game.
Before they were relying heavily on the split push just to create pressure, but now
Yeah,
they're
now
in
they're
such a
far enough
position.
ahead.
Maelk sitting up, finally going for the Shiva's guard. Somebody must have told him. They probably looked at his item build and they're like, why do you not have that item yet?
17-15. Right now, SingSing's Allstars. Pretty terrible predicament. Locked inside their base. All the lanes pushing in. Bit by bit, they're losing their towers. Jump in, they're going to be able to grab Durka here, but a Force Staff will be able to get him outside of that Cogs. And now the Clockwork pops his Blade
he's
Mail,
out of
but it's
mana.
going to fade soon. Now they're going to be able to jump onto him. And a beautiful jump in from Maelk. With a combination of the Vacuum, they're going to be able to hit 3 on that Clockwork. Most definitely dead. RP gets laid out, but only stalls things up. They didn't even get the real Merlini. That was only illusions. Now Hani silence up as well.
Maelk's coming
He's
in now
in
too.
trouble. He's going to end up falling. He does not have a buyback. The Epicenter able to finish off Purge. There goes the Oracle, and GG is called. Merlini and his boys, they take game number 1.
That was pretty dominant too. Like, even
It
though
was.
the kill score was kind of close, that was pretty much a stomp.
We might have to switch these teams around a little bit.
We might just see some player trades happen in
Yeah.
between. They talk about
Before
that
game 2.
that post-TI roster shuffle.
Yeah, this is just the first game. We're gonna have the post game 1 shuffle, most likely.
Just an absolute dominant victory by Team Arthritis, aka Merlini Allstars.
I feel like that being said, I feel like the Merlini draft was a bit better, perhaps a bit easier to execute.
Oh yeah, that was just
PL.
It was so easy.
What are you
to
gonna
play.
do?
They're even going for the post-game talk, but that was just a rough game.
Yeah. I mean, the Sand King faced up against the Magnus, not gonna be a real great matchup. And
The Darkseid in the offlane just had so much space.
Yeah.
And the Skyrats did a really good job too, creating space both in the mid and that just being able to stack nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt like they were a little bit more put together.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, a relatively short game one, only 31 minutes, but we'll see what happens. We're going to have our game two not right now. We're actually going to have game two a bit later into the day. And then we will also most likely be having a draft match as well, where we're actually going to have the captains of both teams take the time out to be able to draft a team from our player pool right now, including myself and Blitz.
Yeah,
We're going to be doing that
happens.
towards the end of the game, end of the day.
I'm actually so excited for that.
I think that's going to be by far the highlight. Just because it'll be really fun to see where SingSing and Merlini rate the players here.
Yeah, that's honestly for me, that's just going to be the most entertaining part of all of it. And
Synderen with the celebratory baby rage.
yeah, he's pretty happy about that.
Give us a go, Sin. Baby rage it up for us. All right. Never one to cooperate with the camera.
No, but he knows what we want out of him. Yeah, so I guess in a second we're going to be covering that last game and just kind of going over what went wrong, what went right.
Yeah, eventually. I think after a commercial break, we'll break down sort of that game one and the draft and everything else and how it went, and perhaps where even our analysts could improve.
That's the funny
Not to say
part.
that they are on top of their game, but Dota's a game of mistakes, right?
They tried their best.
Yeah, even the best of the best could always learn a little bit more.
The best of the best.
Yeah. A lot of finger quotes being thrown around. All right, guys. So we are going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be able to break down that game for you further. We'll also have more analysis and more teaching moments here at the Red Bull Gaming Ground.